So I think I'll reference one of my favorite shows, The Simpsons, where there was this episode where someone was wearing a T-shirt, and on that T-shirt it said, "I welcome my electronic overlords." So, a lot of it is cultural, right? People are afraid of this change. People aren't welcoming of this change because it's different. If you look at, if we go back to Stone Age and there was this guy Groot and he was really good at pounding in dowels with his hand, and then someone invented a hammer, he would hate that person and walk away from the table and hopefully come back and invent something like the wheel, right? So what I think the philosophy needs to be, instead of a philosophy of resistance, is that people need to look at technology and say, it's going to allow me to do higher brain things. Let a machine take care of things like automation, augmented reality with things like cognitive abilities, and be able to further my ability to be successful and be more productive. I think the second thing is probably what I call technological inertia, which is, in nature, we look at something sitting there and something has to act on it with a force in order for it to move. That takes place very much so from both a policy and a cultural standpoint as well with people, where they don't want to change. They're good with what's there. And kind of hearkening back to our prior question, the administration has been really effective in helping to usher that through and say, you can't just sit there anymore. There's got to be this change. You've got to move forward in this direction. It matters to us as an agency. It matters to our constituencies and to our great country. I think tertiarily, the way that government goes about procurement has been also a large challenge to innovation. And they talked about it in the prior session. And ostensibly, you can't modernize if I'm asking for something I can only kind of hint towards what I want to create, and then I expect you to be able to answer those questions or come up with solutions to those questions via RFPs when I can't be more forthcoming with precisely what I need.
Right. No, I would definitely agree. And I think along the lines of culture has to do with procurement, also has to do with the mission side of the business. Because, I think IT is ready for a change, and I think they're right for change, but it really is modernization of the mission, not just IT.